Hey everyone, Sodor here, with the second time I've filmed this. This is going to be a casting call for my series, the Northwestern series, which I've already tried uploading like 6 times. So I'm just gonna run through this. I'm gonna let you know which voice I want for who. And so, yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so first we're going to look at Diesel. So, what I want for Diesel is I want him to sound like what George Carlin did for him. So, a low, deep British accent that sounds maniacal. If you need to watch, like, the US dub of Pop Goes the Diesel, or Diesel's Devious Deed, or Diesel Does It Again, you know, just any episode where George Carlin voices Diesel, because I think that George Carlin did the best Diesel voice, and I just like the way that he did it. So, Diesel is available, and I want him to sound like his George Carlin voice. So again, low, British, maniacal. So next up we have Ari and Bert. So for these guys, I want them to sound like they did in the Thomas Creator Collective, and what I'm going to do for them, I'm actually going to give you a sample to go off of, to be like an example for what I want them to sound like, so here's that sample.
I'll have you know, this stubble gives my chin some much needed definition. We can all get brand new buffers right away, boss.
Alright, so that was basically what I want them to sound like, so just how they did in the Thomas Creator Collective, and like Donald and Douglas, I would prefer them to have separate voice actors, which I know that they're twins, but you know, I just don't want them to sound the exact same. So, and again, like Donald and Douglas, I would recommend you audition for both of them. But yeah, so these two are available. Next up is Salty. For Salty, you basically just have to do your normal voice and make him sound like a pirate. So, yeah, that's it for Salty. Just make him sound like a pirate. So next up we have Toad. For Toad, I either want him to sound like he did in Season 5 in the US dub, so either his Alec Baldwin voice or his CGI voice. If you would like to audition with both voices, you can. If you only want to audition with one, you can. It just depends on who does better with which impression. But, yeah, Toad is definitely available. Alright, so now we're moving on to Skarloey. So what I want for Skarloey is I want his CGI voice, but don't just say, "What did you do?" Because I get that it's like a funny meme or whatever. But if you can, please just say some other lines from the show or the books. And yeah, so that's Skarloey. I just want a CGI voice. Okay, so now Rheneas. Basically, for Rheneas, I just want his CGI voice. That's it. So, yeah, just a CGI voice for Rheneas. And the same goes for Peter Sam. For Peter Sam, I just want him to have his CGI voice. And if you're wondering about Sir Handel, I will actually be voicing Sir Handel in my series. But yeah, Peter Sam is available. Next up we have Rusty. Okay, so for Rusty, I just want a British accent. So I don't want him to have like the accent he has in the show right now. So yeah, just do your best British accent for Rusty. So next up we have Duncan. For Duncan, I just want him to have a Scottish accent, like in the show. So if you auditioned for Donald and Douglas last time, you're kind of getting another chance. So yeah, Duncan's available, and again, just do your best Scottish accent. Next up is Ivo Hugh. Basically for Ivo Hugh, I just want him to sound young. That's basically it. So, yeah, I just want Ivo Hugh to sound young. Alright, so next up we have Freddy. Basically for Freddy, I just want him to have a gruff, deep British accent. Sort of like Ari and Bert, but not exactly like Ari and Bert. If you know what he sounds like in Enterprising Engines, then that's like kind of what I want him to sound like. And yeah, so Freddy is also available. Next up we have Miney and Mac. For those who are wondering, I don't have the Wooden Railway versions. I'm sorry if that triggers anyone. I don't see why it should.
Crack!
So basically for Mighty and Mac, just audition for them with your normal voices, and that'll be fine. So yeah. So next up we've got Duke. For Duke, I just want him to sound like what George Carlin did for him, so just gruff. Like, I don't really want him with any specific accent, so yeah, just his George Carlin voice, like with Diesel. So next up we have Luke. For Luke, I am gonna do a sample for, like what I did for Arian Burt, because he's Irish, and I just want people to know what, people probably know what he sounds like, but he puts a really good emphasis on his R's. Except he doesn't, like, roll them, like what Donald and Douglas do. So, here's the sample.
Hello, Thomas. I'm sorry I hid from you. I didn't know you and I was scared. But now, I wonder, would you be my friend?
So yeah, that was the sample for Luke. Again, I don't know if many people are gonna want to audition for him, Mighty or Mac, or Freddy. I know that some people might audition for Duke, maybe, I don't know. But, yeah. But Luke is available. Luke is available. So those are all the available characters for my upcoming series. If you need to go to an episode where one of them speaks in the certain voice that I want for them, feel free to do that. And I'm gonna say this. One of these characters will speak in episode 1. I'm not gonna say who, but one of them will speak in episode 1. So good luck to everyone who auditions, and rules for the auditions will be in the pinned comment of this video. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.